Fine.
Okay. So the Rabba and Rava. Uh, Abba, the Abba, Shemo saying. Okay, it's interesting. The names were Abba and Abba. Abba with a hey and Abba with an aleph. Okay. Uh, Rabba Shema Prati was Abba. Rabba Shema Prati was Abba.
Okay.
So Rabba, that's easy to remember. Rabba with a hey and Rava's with an aleph. Okay. I did not know that. Uh, Kasher Borer, as is clear. Damra Nachman the Tzayis Leila Abba. Tzayis Leila Abba is second daf mem. Listen to Abba, who's Rabba. So obviously I have to differentiate between the two. I mean, clearly, this is going to be a big problem, right? If they both are called Abba, one with a hey, one with an aleph, how are you ever going to differentiate? So, Zeh Reish Shabarosh Hamila, similar to Rav, Lishna Klilo. Reish means words like Reb, right? So it's just a short abbreviation. Okay, so that uh, the he says here in the bottom. I know he's quoting. Says Rabba is Kitzur Shashem Rab Abba, Vilu Rava Bekitzer Shashem Rabbi Rav Ava. Avzina Chacham Omrim. I don't know who they are. Um, that beats me who he's quoting here. Amiki Rabba Rabba Shneim Shmam Abba with an aleph. Rak Ratzal Chiminei Pil Kol Echad Rabba Echad Rava. Kaim Establish Kilometzinu Abba Shem Prati. Okay, so fine. In modern day Hebrew, Abba is spelled Aleph base Aleph, isn't it?
Abba as in father?
Yeah.
Of course.
Yes.
Aleph base Aleph.
What?
Aleph base Aleph.
Yeah. So it sounds like he's saying that Aleph base Hey is the way to spell it actually in which it makes sense because Abba Aleph base Aleph is an Aramaic spelling. So
Really?
hold on, I want to get a concordance. I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna
Okay.
to see if we can find the. So I have here a concordancia and an Evan Shoshan. It must be Evan Shoshan actually. So it's Milon Chadash. So see the Abba. What?
I mean, I was always taught Abba is Aleph base Aleph. Never saw it Aleph base Hey.
Right. Let's see if there's an Aleph base Hey in Tanakh. It certainly is, but it means Ava. Ava is to desire, right?
Right.
Ava
Yoav.
v'shalva, right? So that is, and it learns the word Evyon actually comes from the word Ava. I guess somebody who's desirous of something. There is no Aleph base Hey in any other meaning. But there's also no Aleph base Aleph because in Tanakh it's always Av, right? It's not Abba with an
Okay.
Aleph at the end. So I don't see any Abba.
So does Abba with an Aleph at the end appear like in the Targumim?
Probably, but just wanted to make sure that I'm not missing something here. Avi, Beis Avicha, Avinu, um, Abasechem, Abasam, Av, Ov, Ave. Nope, no Aleph Beis Av. Guess let's see what it says in Milon Chadash. Abba, Ha'av, there's an Aleph. Ha'av, Avi, Kinu Mekubal, B'fi HaBen or B'fi HaBat, Lavihem, B'fanav or Shelo B'fanav. Then it says it's a Torah Kavod. Um, the the first source he brings out Sanhedrin Daf. I know what Sanhedrin Daf Hey means. Shloim Adam L'Chabero Abba Gadol Me'avicha. I guess it's Perek Daf Mishnah Hey. So there it's with an Aleph.
My
Re,
father can beat up your father?
yeah. Abaye, hey, let's see what he has here for Abaye, hey. Also, Ava and a Veh. No, so I'm not sure what he's saying. But I assume that it's a Russian Mishnayos, Aramaic, and to say with an aleph, and it's never appears as we see it never appears in Tanakh. But okay, so but it's true. We find Abba as a Shem Prati with an aleph, and never Abba with a hey as a Shem Prati. He's right, but the question is what the reason is for that. That we don't know. Okay. Um, anyway, going on. A fascinating idea. Rami Bar Chama, Ami Shmo. His name was Ami. First come in the Talmud. Hainu the Shamin Leila Ami. Ravin, which is actually spelled in the Gemara without the aleph, right? Avin Shmo, Avin Tichla, Avin Samcha, Avin Achi. Abaye came to Talmud. You have this many times. Rabbi Boon, Avun Shmo. So we drop letters. Why we do it? Okay, by Rabba and Rava is understood. Why we do it in the other cases? Not so clear. But it happens. We drop letters. Ravina, Avina Shmo. Ashiva Avina Sofara. Mea Papi Vlocharavina. Also, again, that was his name. Gron Rachba. Rav Avau. Gron Rafram. I guess his name was Ephraim. Does he say here? Kitzur min Reb Ephraim. Okay. V'yesh Talmud Rabbi Reish. What's that mean? So Reish Talmud Talmud Kol Mechad Shalom Nichtav Rabbi B'Feirush Ela Reish Bilbad. Really? How do you know this? That was just abbreviation. Amar Rachba, Amar Rabbi Yehuda, Abaye Stio Kafula, Amar Rabbi Yehuda, Amar Reish Yehuda, Reish Iggeres Aliyah, with a quotation mark. Okay, so I guess he had some very precise manuscript in which actually this appeared, and he knew it was an abbreviation which was unique, as opposed to all the other abbreviations which are not unique, or maybe there were no other abbreviations in this manuscript which I'm sure Gaon had. So he says, which is a double colonnade. V'shochat, the stop of the Rachba, Rabbi Yehuda Amra, or Rabbi Yehuda Amra. V'amra hachi. So he said, Reish with a chupchik. And I don't know which one it was. So it's fascinating. Nami the Zud Minayu. What does that mean? Didn't say much more about this. Zud is Mila Aravit. Perisha Od Otosefes. That's we have more to say. Okay, that was the end of the Iggeres Shnia. And now we're up to Iggeres Shlishis Lo No Dalami. Okay, one of the best Perushim on Maseches Kiddushin is from Rishon, and it's called the Shita Lo No Dalami. And
it's Shita what?
Shita Lo No Dalami. Same name, like Lo No Dalami. So when something was anonymous, they called it Lo No Dalami. It didn't detract from its necessarily from its authority. Just we don't know who said it. Okay, Shaluni Talmidai. למה נקרא בשמם לבדם מכניסים ראשונים והשבוע אחריהם שלא היו כמותם, נקרא שמם בהם מלשון רבן, Rebbe, ורב. So it's the same question. Whoever answered it. I guess some other person answered it. I'm assuming this is from the Tkufa the Gonim, otherwise, well, you put it in this book. נאמר נקרא שם אחד רב ושם השני Rebbe ושם אחד רבן. Sounds like a much later language, though. It doesn't sound like a Gaon. Let's see what does he send Akdama.
Yeah, this sounds more like Hebrew.
Yeah, it sounds like Hebrew. Let's see what he says. His introduction here.
Although in what's his name, Rabinowitz talks about that Sherira Gaon would write in Hebrew or Aramaic or Arabic, depending on how he was, how the question was sent to him.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be this is Sherira, but he just was writing in Hebrew.
He doesn't say. What does it say? That's weird. Let's do just a quick search to see if it brings down the word shlishit anywhere here. So that's in the. Iggeres shlishit. No, no, no interpretation. Okay, we have no idea who he's quoting here. Maybe it's just as exact same thing as Reb Shira. Pays kachem utachom. V'godem mi Rav Rabbi, v'godem mi Rabbi Rabban, v'godem mi Rabban Shmo. Rishonim shu gedolim k'mo Shimon HaTzadik, v'antikinos Shmaya v'Avtayon, v'il v'shamai v'chein k'mo Sam. I remember Godom mi Rabban Shmo. After the vehicles, Chayam Malachi, v'af Mori Yisrael, Moshe Rabbeinu levashom. Nikru Shmo v'lo Rabbi v'lo Rabban. Mashnamar Moshe Rabbeinu levashom ki nis halel. We take praise in him. Shurabbeinu, that he's our Rebbe, lo likvodo, not to honor him, and kvodenu, but to honor us. Limdonu Torah, because he taught Torah. If it was an account of his having taught us Torah, I name Rabbeinu Moshe. Okay, that's interesting. It's not Rabbeinu Moshe, it's Moshe Rabbeinu. Oh, that's very interesting. This dichotomy. I'm not sure I buy it, but it says.
Okay. Well, we don't really call anybody else Ploni Rabbeinu, right? Moshe Rabbeinu is the only one.
He says, yeah. It's going to Rabbeinu Moshe Lagdim Es HaTorah L'Hashem. Shlo Nazkir Shmo Tchila B'lo Torah. Hashem Lagdim Hashem L'Torah Moshe Rabbeinu Nimtza She'ezkarnu Shmo B'lo Torah. Masha Shlo Chabed Es Moshe Hu El Chabed Es Atzmeinu. Sh'Rabbeinu K'maru Umiu Rabbeinu. Moshe Rabbeinu. Okay. V'Achamim Shenikru Rebbe Rabban Rebbe Kol Mishum in the Sim Shem Mizera Hillel Shem Mizera David Me'imo. It was from David from his mother's side, V'lo Me'aviv. Nikra Shmar Rabban, they were called Rabban. Emin Nasim, Roshei Golios, Kama Rabban Gamliel, Shil Gamliel, Rabban Yocham Zakkai. Graham Rebbe, although Yocham Zakkai was not of that lineage, he was not from the house of Bill, but he was the Nasi, so he's called it anyway. I don't know if it reads it down here. No, he doesn't say. Manikwem Rebbe, Em Chachmei Sok, Vishamu Rebbe, Minayin Le, Bekorle Rebbe, Ve'ebne Reshusa, Lemeidan, Knossos, right? The smicha, true smicha, which gives the right to be dantin knossos, which you can't do with the Babylonian smicha. From Rabbeinu Kodesh, the Ben Rabbi Eliezer, Rabbi Shimon, this is a more see, I think, said to the son of Rabbi Eliezer Shimon, Chakima Abdi Asach, I will make you a sage. The Gulsa the Dava Parsha Rasach, I'll put a golden spread on your head. The Rabbi Korlach. And they're going to call you Rebbe. You're saying you're going to go home. You're not going to stick around and learn. Like it says, Rebbe had anguish smicha to Shmuel, who was the expert in the calendar. That's our Shmuel. It was not working out. Until Shmuel said, don't go to such efforts in this matter. I saw in the Sefer Adam Arishon, which predicted to all the subsequent generations. Says Shmuel, the astronomer, the Rebbe lays will be a sage, but he will not be called Rebbe. Okay. Okay, it's a different name. And the racial Rosh Galusa, they had a superior yichus, as Morris says Sanhedrin, to the Nisim. They went back to David himself on the male side. Talmud Adbir of Chistel Ravna Ukva says that Chistel took Ravna Ukva Darash, and he dashed and Nikru Mar, something called Mar Ukva Mayuthna Mazutra. Ava Rava Shmo Abba. Nikru can't start Ramos. Commotion because of Avi. Well, that's it. He's saying it's not his given name either. He's saying it's called Abba as an honorific as well. Okay, but he says about Tosef, so any going to Matiko Sifa. So he's claiming the rest of the letter is from the Gaon. and this he says was added on by somebody else. See that?
Okay.
But that's weird because what do you mean? We just said it goes against some shir. Anyway, but okay. V'nikra Shmo Rava b'makom Rab Abba b'derech Kitzara. Chen Abaye Shmo Nachmeni because of the time with Vilchus Nachmeni. Zachar b'Yishayna Abaye, and they mentioned his name first as Abaye. Pirshavei Shur goes the Talmud name is the name is Zenika Shmo Abaye. Pisha ben Achiv Rabba bar Nachmeni. He was the nephew of Rabba Nachmeni, Vayat Tamido, and his student. Yashmo Nachmeni Vaviv Rabba. So they say Rabba Abaye Kinin Avi b'lashon Targum. Is Abaye is Avi in Aramaic. So Kachmi Adam Abaye. So people start calling him Abaye. I guess it's also from the different Madura. Yeshin Fisha Yosam. This I think we know he was an orphan. I don't remember this. Where this is brought down. Where this is brought down from? I remember this idea. There should be Shiyasam Kroshem Vayashir Nutricon. It's an abbreviation. Asher B'cha Yerucham Yosam. It's cute. And you, the orphans are get mercy. So that's Rosh Teva Sabai. There's no reason to have to tell a smart person like you more than that. This happens actually a lot, much more I think in Yerushalmi than Bavli. But they're those who are muchas after their mothers. She was saying, feminism. Their mothers were greater and more significant than their fathers. But you was mana who you duos. And they were well known in those times. Get that? Kach Rabbi Yaakov, brother Bas Yaakov. Right? This is an Amora Eretz Israeli. He's mentioned in the Yerushalmi. Who ben Achososha Rav Nachman. His mother was the sister of Nachman. My brother Rav Shmuel, Yichel Sulamar Shmuel. So there was something else going on because his father wasn't Jewish. His father later converted, but he wasn't Jewish originally. So and there was a whole thing. She was taken captive, etc. So I'm not sure why he's not mentioning that here. But in any event, so he miyachas him to the daughter of Shmuel because it's Shmuel's daughter. So it doesn't mention her name. It mentions her as Bas Shmuel. Right? Shmuel Bas Shilas. I didn't know that Shilas was a woman's name. Ben that was she was the sister of Yechia. But look at it. He doesn't bring the source here. Ben Achoso, and the son Ben Achoso, Yechia's great nephew, I guess.
Yeah.
To Rav Yitzchak bar Shmuel bar Marsa. Is Rav Yitzchak bar Shmuel bar Marsa. Damar Mar Abu Mar. There's a whole complicated thing in the it's I saw a diagram on this once. Amar Abu Bahana v'Shilas Umarza b'Chia Kulu bnei Abba bar Achas Sala Mikafri. So a whole bunch of brothers and sisters. Abu Hana Shilas and Marza b'Chia. So I think Abu was a man, and Hana and Shilas and Marza were women. B'Chia, they're all the children of Abba bar Achas Sala Mikafri. He doesn't bring it down here. Anything about it. But I once saw a diagram of that. Because like Rav was Yechia's nephew on two sides, both on his father's side, his mother's side, and they were only stepbrother and sister. So it was a whole complicated yichus over there, Rabbi Yechia's family. Rabbi Shimon ben Pazi, Rabbi Yehuda ben Pazi. So I guess Pazi, who's Pazi? We didn't mention Pazi here before. Also, they were Pazi evidently was a daughter of Rabbi Chia. That's what he says here. So he says here, Shimon Pazi or Yehuda Pazi calls him Nekvodosh Rabbi Chia. Okay, here it says Yehuda B'Chiski Akinun B'nei Rabbi Chia Pusi Upazi. That was a very confusing household to be in. Pussy, pussy. Achos Eden, Benos Avichia. Okay, they were daughters of Chia. Where is this?
Let's revive these names. You think that would go over
Yeah.
well?
Yeah. Yvonne Star Samachay. Okay. Um, uh, Nusach Acher. Another, I guess, another Nusach of this letter. It doesn't say here. But Jonathan, you asked Yoav ben Tzeruya, how many questions b'shem imo? Yoav ben Tzeruya, of course, was David's uh, nephew,
Mhm.
cousin, and he was called by his mother's name. Tzeruya was his mother's name.
Oh, okay.
Well, Moshe and Levi, what was his father's name? Aviv Yadua. Kamosh Kasuv Sraya Olidas Yoav Avi Gay Chorashim. So Sraya, so Tzeruya was Yoav's, Tzeruya was Yoav's sister, right? So Sraya was the father of both. Uh, no, you're saying Sraya was. I'm sorry, Sraya was Tzeruya's husband. Sraya
Okay.
was Yishai's sister, right?
Okay.
Tzeruya was Yishai's sister, David ben Yishai. No, it's David's sister. Sorry, David's sister. That's coming up. I always get mixed up here. Shem Avi Yadu Kumosh goes to Israel Lidas Yoav Abi Gei Chorashim. Tosha so Ima Achos David. Tzeruya was David's sister. Sorry, Yoav was his nephew. Um, so Matosha so Ima Achos David Hamelch Nikra Shma Gadlei Uba. So this is she was like Princess Tzeruya.
Hmm.
Uvrachomim Rabbi Shimon Paznik or Shem Imo, Mimnesha Sabito Shabachia, Kumfurish Benita, Yehuda Pisca Achi. Here's there it says Tavi Upazi, Achvasas, not Pazi and Puzi, but Tavi and Pazi. V'gam Rabba Barbachana, Yachosa Shabachia, another sister of Bechia. V'gam Rabbi Yitzchak Bar Shmuel Bar Marsa, Yachos Shabachia, Bar Marsa is another sister of Bechia. Zamamar Evu, V'chana V'shila, Su Marsa, Rabbi Chia, Kulimne Abba Bar Achasala, like we said before. How much further does it go? Goes well further. So I guess maybe we'll stop here for today. You want to?
Okay.
That was three
Very
more
good.
paragraphs. Okay, so remember up to paragraph Ches.
Okay.
Okay, very good.
Sure.
Okay, have a good week.
Take care. You too. Bye.